Well, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people, internet, this is your friendly neighborhood red arrow on the thumbnail news anchor, coming to you with some more World of Tanks news. As you can hear from my voice, I'm a bit under the weather, actually quite sick, feeling quite trash, but you know guys, I was feeling so much worse simply by sitting on the couch or laying in the bed, and I thought, why the heck not, let's spend some time with the internet family, you guys, and let's talk about maps, because wargaming is actually working on many maps on the Supertest right now, reworking many existing maps, which should be here in a batch or two actually. And let me tell you, on many of those maps they're actually doing some quite drastic gameplay or balance changing little touches. So let's take a look at all those things, and you know, this is my duty guys, to keep you up to date with everything they are working on. And please guys, let me know in the comment section, after watching all those changes, let me know in the comment section what you think about those reworks on different maps. Do you like them, hate them, those maps need more in your opinion, less changes, what are the other maps wargaming should look for, because they always are looking for your feedback, and this time let's actually give it to them, and I make sure to pass on this video to the wargaming guys so they can actually see what you guys think about all of those maps I cover in today's video, which we have a lot of them, so let's simply dive into the action. Now, let's start with the maps which wargaming is thinking about reworking, and let's start with the Berlin, for example. So we have many screenshots to look at today, so let's get to it. Berlin is going to get quite some changes over here. For example, you remember guys, it was actually my previous video where I featured Mutant actually unnerfing this position. You know, many batches ago we did not have those concrete blocks over there, and many tanks were able to simply shoot through the gap over there into attacking tanks on this map, but you know, after they saw this position is very powerful, let's put it that way, they added those blocks, and only now a couple tanks can actually use it, which are very high, and you know, turret placement is right for that as well. But now guys, they decided to completely remove it, like completely remove this little building over here, this broken part of the building, just to open up this part of the map more, but still hull down rubble over here remained. So is this going to make this position even stronger, you know, defending especially with hull down tanks what you cannot penetrate into the turret? Well, of course it will do that, I would say so. And now here is the other view, here is another view from this position right over here. So here is the rubble thingy, and also they removed, or they moved this house a bit, they made it a bit smaller. As you can see, now you have more room to fight over here, plus extra rubble, extra protection added up there as well. Next up, this is the other side of the river. They were adding, or they added some defensive positions over here. Once again, be hull down, park your E3 over here, park your, I don't know, IS-7 over here. You know, tank destroyer fits into this position more, but you get the point, park something very strong over here with weak lower plate, maybe a Badger for example, and simply keep slapping enemies into the side who are trying to push in. So some changes on the Berlin maps right over here in front of you. We do have so many maps to cover in this video, so let's move on. This is the next one, Karelia, and over here in this position, this is the before picture and after. As you can see, they increased the distance between stones, plus also they removed some bushes right over here, so you are not able to do this sneaky peeky cheeky breaky thingies over here anymore in this position. And in the second position, the shape of the rocks has been changed, added a gameplay push. The shape of the rock, you know, maybe better protection from the artillery, and added a gameplay bush. This is how they call this bush right over here. I think this is what they are talking about. This is their word, added a gameplay bush, guys. Gameplay bush right over here. Oh, this is going to stick. Whenever I'm going to play on this map and I have a chance to use this bush, I'm going to use this gameplay bush, guys. Definitely. So bushes over here as well remain, yeah, pretty much the same. Just the, you know, higher profile of the rocks. And finally, over here they decreased the distance between those rocks. Slightly decreased. And maybe a bit better for, you know, peaking as well, because you can see that you have this spike going a bit lower right over there, so maybe you're able to peak better with higher profile tanks without revealing your weak spots, I would say so. Yeah, so those are the changes on Karelia. Now, I would say not game-breaking changes or anything like that. Moving on to the next one. And the next map is Lakeville and the Canyon Play. And I would say this over here can actually be quite a big game changer. Take a look what they did, guys. Take a look what they did on Lakeville. So you can see on the left side, pay attention over here. Yeah, it is made a lot shallower. They changed the texture as well. And what they are saying about this position is, at the crossing, the option to drive along the mountain has been added for the lower base team. So you are now, actually, you should be, with some vehicles at least, you should be able to drive up over here as well and start shooting down on the enemy team as they are doing right over there. For example, with like heavy counter-pressure tanks, like run one, you know, I simply drive up here and I shoot into the side armor of all the tanks who are over here. If I peek slightly more, maybe I was even able to shoot someone who is over there, you know, higher profile tank. I'm able to shoot into their commander hatch, for example. So this can be quite a game changer on Lakeville alone. Just the ability to drive up over here and do the same to the upper team, upper base basically. And secondly, improved the position for light tanks near the building. It has been moved slightly to create an opportunity to spot the enemy in the city. A bush was added to aid with spotting the center of the map. Let's take a look. So this is the old over here, and the new one is right over here. They moved the housing position. They added this bush. Okay, so this is this definitely makes this push play a lot safer for the light tanks. For the south team, definitely. So I can see the south is getting, you know, some buffs. South team is getting some buffs with this position right over here, and the light tank push as well. Yeah, because we all know what the north team is doing usually. If you look on the mini map over here, you know, this is the rock where the big push is behind. This is the one of the most blind-fired push in the game, right? If you have a good light tank, you simply drive into this push. You have epic cover as well. You know, you spot them. You hide behind the rock, while enemy light tanks struggle finding their first positions, and they do not, you know, they cannot counter you that easily unless they are going to do a quick peek in the city and simply spot you behind that rock. Or now maybe this is going to help it out as well. Depends on your equipment units as well, of course, and how good your spotting skills are in your tank and which tank you're using as well, of course. Moving on to the next one. And next up we have Pearl River, and over here they actually did make some changes, some gameplay affecting changes. The first change is going to affect my gameplay, especially if I'm starting, let's say, from the east or the southeast spawn, because with light tank especially. Because what I like to do over here to counter the enemy light tanks maybe, or medium tanks, or trying to go into the middle first, especially with auto-loading light tanks or with high explosive light tanks, you know, I like to drive, take a bit wider, turn right over here like this, and boom, boost myself up over here. This is a little mini climb you can do. You can drive up over there, and you know, you can all the way go up to the little canyon roads and start shooting from this position. You know, simply driving up from here without putting yourself into any risk via going this route, you know. Getting into 1 versus 1 or 1 versus 2 fights with other light tanks in the middle. Yes, it is going to take a bit more time to get up there, but you know, it is better to save your HP and put some side shots into the medium tanks, for example, from that position up over there. But as you can see, this opportunity has been completely eliminated, unless you're able to do some kind of boosting from here. I don't think so, but yeah, you know. This is quite a big balance change compared to the other side, which didn't have this easy climb on the other side. I think you were able to do that on the other side as well, but only with a couple tanks maybe. Or maybe they already changed it. Okay, so over here we can see the base. Once again, this is the eastern side of the map, and they made this you know, a lot shallower, so you are able to simply drop down from here. It is not going to be a traffic jam up over there anymore. Simply drive over here and go wherever you need to go. And the middle, or not the middle, the going up the middle has been made a lot safer for the Easter team, just to not get countered as easily from the south. If the enemy team pushed down the south very fast, you know, all the time you are going to get shot into the ass by all the south snipers. Because we had such, you know, a shallow street over here, or narrow passage, I would say, not shallow, narrow passage, yes, I should say, nowhere to hide basically, and you're just taking it up into your pooper, right? But now, you know, you have a lot more room over here, plus you have very hard cover as well. And finally, this is the other angle over here, just made more room for this side. This seems to be actually very strong, dude. Now this seems to be very strong fighting over here, you know, side scraping up over here. Artillery is going to be your biggest counter, of course, but side scraping from here, side scraping from here, you know, you have a lot more room over here. A lot more tanks are going to fit into this position now compared to the previous version. Yeah, Lakeville, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about all of this. Next up, let's talk about Himmelsdorf. So this is the minimap. Nothing really to see over here, but Himmelsdorf, the castle, slightly tuned, added a little for the northern team, added a little extra protection over here for side scraping, I guess. Yeah, you know, you can use it easily. Another angle from this. And also that part was tuned a bit, but more about that in a second. Yes, the terrain was increased as well, and now maybe you're able to stay over here, more hull down, like STB. Very nicely fits into this position. Judas as well, just to defend this side easier. Defend it against the attackers, because the attackers had quite a nice hull down position, just like that, you know, on the other side. What I was able to use with Judas, with STB type of vehicles very easily. So the terrain differences over here very big, actually, you can see. As soon as you get up the hill, you can drop down, you know, into the safety from the side shooters, basically. Yeah, quite a drastic terrain differences up on the hill. So Himmelsdorf did receive all the changes for the northern team and on the up of the hill, up on the hill. What do you think about this? Let me know once again in the comment section. And coming to the final changes, guys, Murovanka, and oh boy, what they did basically, they added two different prototypes, two different versions of Murovanka changes. And definitely let me know what you think about that, which one do you prefer, which one you like more, or, you know, do you like any of those at all in the comment section. So this is the first version of the changes. As you can see, a lot of things are happening over here. Yes, a lot of housing are added. Basically, you know, they're focusing on the housing with this prototype, seems like. Intermediate cover has been added to allow for a safer approach to the direction and can be used as cover when retreating. Yes, of course, house hard cover, always easiest cover to add. Cover from the artillery, cover from the attackers, you know, you just have more time to come up with your gameplay, more time to reload while defending, you know, putting in 1 or 2 extra shots, stuff like that. On the other side, exactly the same thing, as you can see. Houses over there and houses over here as well. Basically the same type of houses. One little destructible house, you know, accompanied by the indestructible house, and same on the other side. Just like this. Over here I think this house is a bit bigger than the other one. And extra pushes over here as well. Anyway, moving on. Next up, over here, once again, quite drastic changes with this prototype A. As you can see, a lot of trees removed, a lot of bushes removed. They increased the distance between houses. They increased the terrain over there, and also the rain on the little hills or bumps were increased as well on both sides, actually, as you can see. Just if you pay attention to the left side. But over here, you know, a little trench road, or however you have to call it, for a hull down action from different angles. Once again, a lot of trees removed, some bushes removed as well. Houses moved around over here. Here is a little hull down bit for you, and here you can see the increased terrain once again. Increased terrain once again, different angle. And here you can see the increased terrain on both sides as well once again. But this part, of course, is where the biggest changes happened. Now, if you push up here early, coming from this side, right? If you push up here early, you have quite a nice advantage pushing in, but once again, nobody wants to really push in versus camping tank destroyers, right? So is this going to make this side of the map more playable or faster? Extra tree and bushes were added also to the other side, I guess, to counter it. For light tanks, this is very good push for light tanks as well, I would say. So if you see enemy team is pushing in, you might be able to sneak yourself into this push and keep those guys spotted for your artilleries, for your snipers as well. So this is the prototype A, and the second version of this map rework is over here. Slightly different changes. Oh, I think this is the new iteration. Yeah, this is the second version of this. Can't see much from here. Okay, this is different though. A lot of trees. House was moved from here into this position. You can see bump up here as well. Yeah. A lot more trees to knock over, to sit in as a tank destroyer, with the tank destroyer, with a light tank. Although those trees, you know, are not the best cover for lightly armored tank destroyers, for example, or this position overall. Very aggressive, I would say so, but, you know, big difference compared to what we have. Why can I not move back? Hey, hello? Okay. Yeah, you can see the difference. So over here, I think they added more houses. This house, they relocated that one. This seems to be newer house as well. Just to make some extra, oh yeah, this just to make some extra tunnels, as you can see, between those two flanks. Sniping tunnels, easier to shoot the campers up here, easier to shoot the campers to the lower side as well. Very drastic changes on this side. So they didn't touch the forest, they are not going to touch the forest, but this side. Honestly speaking, this side was usually not very played, you know. The gameplay was always the same. You know, you try to get this middle right, you try to get the middle right over there and slowly push in, but if you do that too early, you are going to get sniped by those guys. If those guys relocate towards that position, they're able to snipe you once again into this side. So you had to use the inner corner, but you were able to use the inner corner only if forest was in your hands. So maybe this is going to make this side faster paced, and, you know, is helping it if you have enough tanks over here to push in faster. No houses with this prototype. This is the prototype B. No extra houses to protect you from the attackers on both sides, as we can see. And yeah, those are the focuses, what they did. This is the first one. No, this is the second one we're looking at, and this was the first one. Yeah, first one with houses. Right over there, the extra bush was added. The trench road, removed trees, increased the rain differences over there, same on the other side, and extra bush over here, I guess, which I didn't notice actually. And the second change right over here, bush, the rain differences, more trees, slight terrain changes, housing, different housing just to make some extra tunnels, I guess, shooting tunnels, I would say so, and more trees and changed trees over there in the other side as well. Okay, so Murovanka, as I said, quite a big changes, right guys? And there was one more thing about Murovanka. They relocated the base, basically. So this is the before the encounter base, for example, was over here, and the new encounter base is going to be up over there with a house protecting it from the forest. But on which map it ends up being, only time will tell. So guys, wow, we covered a lot of maps which Wargaming is testing on the Supertest right now. A lot of maps Rework, being under the Rework on the Supertest. Let me know what you think about all that in the comment section down below, please too. And as I said, once again, I make sure to pass it on to Wargaming just to share your feedback. What do you have to say about those changes? Do you want to see them? Are you not interested? You think those are bad? Let me know all of those things, and name me a couple maps. What do you think should be reworked in the future and Wargaming should look at? Hopefully they take something out from the comment section what is useful. Anyway, that is it from me, guys. Honestly, I cannot push myself even harder. I'm going to edit this and I'm going back into the bed. But guys, I enjoy doing it so much more than simply sitting in the bed. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Leave a dislike if you do not enjoy stuff like this. I catch you next time with something else. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, stay sexy, take care, and bye.